Good afternoon, all of you. It gives me immense pleasure to extend a very warm welcome to all on behalf of the Commerce Association, Department of Commerce, Shaheed Bhagat Singh College, which has clubbed us together on a digital platform for our first webinar by the association on discovering resources using Scopus, the citation analysis tool. The Commerce Association extend heartiest welcome to our Honorable Principal, Dr. Anil Sardana sir, Teacher in charge, Dr. Kalpana Gupta, our convener, Ms. Aarti Sani, and our session moderator, Dr. Ruchi Gupta. And of course, our very eminent speaker, Dr. Pooja Anand Gulati. Before we begin with the webinar, I, Dhruv Kumar from the Commerce Association, would like to request our Honorable Principal, Dr. Anil Sardana sir, to share his vision.
Hello, all of you. Welcome to the webinar. Thank you very much for organizing this webinar by Pooja Anand Gulati and Commerce Association together. She has taken the initiative. There are established good speakers and the organizers of webinar. I can see when I was just scrolling the people who are there. Dr. Kalpana Gupta, she's already there. I can see her. iPad is Dr. Kalpana Gupta. Maybe there is some audio problem. So very good initiative by the Department of Commerce. Long back this should have been taken. Good, still started. There are established speakers. We have Dr. Arunatri, Ruchi Gupta. She has been addressing webinars at various. Dr. Raman has successfully organized so good webinars, and so has done by Dr. Poonam Sharma. These days only addressing these webinars and participating in that because that's the job to be done and the organization and management. So I would not like to come in between the speaker and the objective of today's seminar, but there are two things which I would share with you because I can see that there are young teachers who have joined from different colleges. I welcome them also because it is just like as the Shaheed Bhagat Singh College is known for organizing good seminars. So the time will also come that the Shaheed Bhagat Singh College will be known for organizing very good webinars also, and people will look. The first webinar itself speaks about itself that the registration has crossed more than 50% and more than 100%. 100 is the capacity and hundreds have joined and more are still waiting. So this shows that people have confidence in the subject we are taking up or the manner in which we are coordinating. There are two things I want to say: that the Department of Commerce should organize its own license as the Department of Geography or the Haridkram has done. Even if you can start with the minimum of that. And there are experts in our college, experts in our department, experts on law, marketing, management accounting, management and entrepreneurship, and many others. And believe me that, and second thing which I would like to say, that develop the community. Develop the community means you can cross your own college, and then you will be more useful to the whole university and for the cause of education. Develop the communities looking for knowledge in marketing, communities looking knowledge for management accounting, law, or any subject, there are experts they can pick up. And this is the right time to establish yourself. This is the right time to make mark in the whole world of education, because whatever we did not adopt or we didn't want to adopt because of this corona, we all have adopted and we all have become experts. I can see that the online is going to stay. Online education is definitely going to stay. Even if the corona is not there, 30 to 40% the structure of the education will be on online. So please identify yourself, facilitate with the tools which you are learning, talk to your friends on Zoom or WebEx or Google Meet. And if you are doing with the friends, but you are learning the skills. If you are learning the skill, then you can pass on to the whole community as such, and the credit will go to you first of all, and then it will come to the college. When it comes to the college, it comes to the university. So this is how we can mark, and now everything is being documented. Whatever you are doing, please make a record of it and do it through IQAC. We have a NAC expert in front of us who has contributed a lot in the past and working very hard even now also. So many colleges are doing activities through, all activities are coming through IQAC. So each department should have IQAC cell, and they should work through that. So I've taken 2-3 minutes more than what I should have taken, but because I felt that I'm getting chance to speak to young generation and responsible and people who are in the Department of Commerce, on which we are proud of. And one more thing I wanted to say. Yes, those who are already writer, those who already have books, please convert them into ebook. Convert them into ebook or write ebooks, because the ebook is going to be the in thing very soon. It is already become, it is going to become, this will be a source of earning for you, and it will be a source of recognition also. So if you already have books, convert them into ebook. Doesn't take much money, doesn't take much cost. I can help you. I can guide all my young friends how to do that. I am also trying to do that. And or whatever material you have developed for the students and put it on the website, that is your material. Copyright goes to you. Convert it into ebook. College will support you. If there are some expenses, college will support you, and the books will come in the name of you. You means you can join hands, you can become groups. So develop the concept of collaborative teaching and the cooperative writing. The collaborative teaching and the cooperative writing is going to be the future of this country, and let us start it from our college. Let others follow. We have always been giving the leading the people. So once again, I am ending my note on saying collaborative teaching and cooperative book writing, and the college will support you for all. Kalpana ji, thank you very much for organizing this. So congratulations to Aarti, congratulations to the whole team, Dr. Pooja Gulati and other teachers. Please enjoy your webinar. You are going to learn a lot, which will improve your quality of research. Once again, very soon we will meet. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your kind words and your ideas. I would now like to request our esteemed teacher in charge, Dr. Kalpana Gupta, to address the gathering.
Are you able to hear me? Hello?
Yes, ma'am, we are able to hear you.
Hello, everyone. I, Principal Sir Dr. Anil Sadana, our Commerce Association convener Dr. Aarti Saini. I welcome you all on behalf of the Commerce Department, all my friends from the college and all other friends from the different colleges of the Delhi University. This webinar is initiated by Dr. Aarti Saini in collaboration with Dr. Pooja Anand Gulati, so that our teachers can use all the e-resources that are available from the university, and we can have the good and we can use those resources properly. So I welcome you all on behalf of the Commerce Association and the Commerce Department of Shaheed Bhagat Singh College. Thank you very much. Now I'm not coming in between Dr. Pooja Anand Gulati and you, so that we can enjoy the lecture. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your warm words. Let me now introduce all of you to our speaker for today. Dr. Pooja Anand Gulati is the embodiment of the belief that technology can help us in each and every sphere of life. Who would have thought 30-40 years ago that one day we would be using artificial tools to discover resources published in a totally opposite corner of the world? Along with a doctorate in library and information science, Dr. Pooja has an experience of more than 20 years working with highly esteemed and regarded institutions such as UNICEF, British Council, Delnet, and Council for Social Development. She has authored 3 books, 2 of which were published by ISI Global, an international publisher based in the USA. She is also accredited with organizing a national level seminar on the theme Building Digital India from the Library Point of View. She is an active resource person and library professional with several reputed organizations and professional bodies. She is also highly acclaimed for kicking off the Digital Information Management course under the aegis of Center for Skill Development of the college. Dr. Pooja Anand Gulati believes that artificial tools such as Scopus database leads the way in revolutionizing the education sector and will help teaching professionals in moving forward in the right direction. Now, before we begin with the webinar, I request all the participants to please ensure that your microphone and video are turned off during the webinar. We also request you to refrain from typing anything in the chat box. Also, note that we will be having a question and answer session after the lecture. Please share your queries in the chat box at that point of time. So without further ado, I would now like to request Dr. Pooja Anand Gulati to share her insights on the topic.
Good afternoon, everyone. Hope I'm audible. Hope all of you are keeping safe. At the outset, I would like to thank Dr. Anil Sadana, principal of our college, Kalpana ma'am, teacher in charge of Commerce Department, my dear friend Aarti Saini, convener Commerce Association, for giving me this opportunity. I have been asked by Aarti to choose a topic of my own choice. So let me start with a brief backgrounder why I have chosen this topic. I hope my screen is visible to all of you.
Yes, it is.
It is. Okay. Just give me a moment. So let me start my talk with a brief backgrounder why I have chosen this topic. We are in knowledge economy era. We are in the realm of knowledge economy. And we all know that knowledge economy is purely research driven. And for undertaking research, discovering resources has always been a challenge for researchers, academicians, authors, scholars, and even for libraries. We have been observing that in recent times, researchers, educational institutions, research institutions are repeatedly being asked to display their research productivity as well as the impact of their research in the academia world. The funding bodies, affiliation bodies, accreditation bodies, they are deeply concerned about the scholarly output of an institution and its impact in the academia world. So researchers these days are not merely interested in retrieving resources from the vast pool of peer-reviewed literature, they are also interested in knowing which are the prominent journals publishing content in their areas of interest, which are the prominent authors with whom they can collaborate or can request them to mentor them, which are the prominent institutions or universities who are publishing content on the topics in which you are interested. What are the countries, which are the countries who are contributing good content on the areas of your research and interest. And why I have chosen this tool only, because this is such tool which would help us to deal with all these aspects. As we all know that whatever research in scientific literature is being analyzed, it is being analyzed on the basis of citation analysis. Bibliometric analysis is based on citation analysis, and Scopus is one of the citation-based database. Over here, I would like to mention there are two citation-based databases which are widely being used, and they are considered very credible for retrieving the impact of any journal and for retrieving the H-index of any author. And which are these two journals? Web of Science and Scopus. Why I have chosen Scopus over Web of Science? Because of its broader coverage in terms of its content and in terms of its subjects. The number of journals being covered by Scopus is 36,000 as compared to the number of journals covered by Web of Science, which are only 16,000. But there is a school of thought which says that the kind of journals being covered in Web of Science are of very high quality, whereas Scopus does not cover the highly rated journals. It has got all kind of journals. But having said that, Scopus is one such tool which is even used by NAC for evaluating the scholarly output of an institution. So whenever the institutions are being ranked, whenever they are giving affiliations, whenever they are receiving grants, they are being given grants on the basis of the scholarly output and the impact that output is creating in the academia world. So these days, the quantity is no longer an index to prove that what kind of output your institution or an author is producing. Quantity as well as quality and impact of your work has to be measured. So these research metrics have gained huge importance these days. What are these research metrics which are gaining momentum these days? The two widely used research metrics are H-index, which is usually used to measure the impact of an author, and impact factor, which is generally used to measure the impact of a journal. So after setting a brief backgrounder why I have chosen this particular discovery tool, is the reason that it is not only a resource discovery tool, it is also an impact discovery tool, which would let you discover prominent authors, prominent journals, prominent institutions, and prominent countries participating or contributing content in your area of research. So I have divided my presentation in 3 parts. First of all, I'll be discussing the core features and functionalities of this Scopus database. I'll be giving you a live demo and we'll be performing search with the help of strategic search techniques. I'll be displaying how these results can be sorted, how you can view the citation reports, and how you'll be able to analyze these reports on the basis of 7 parameters which are being included in this database. Then we'll be refining further our results on the basis of research impact metrics. And in the last, we'll be discussing some smart and interesting tips how to enhance the impact and visualization of your own research work. So let us move to the first part of our presentation. Scopus. Scopus, as I have already explained, it is one of the largest abstract and citation database of peer-reviewed literature of more than 5,000 publishers. And the coverage of the subjects which are being covered in this database are science, technology, medicine, social sciences, arts, and humanities. As far as the categorization of contents is concerned, majority of the content is from journals, followed by conference papers, books, thesis, and patents. At this juncture, I would like to highlight whatever citations are being counted in these databases, they are only being counted from journal articles and conference papers. The citations which are being cited in books or even in theses or patents are not being counted for tracking the citations. Why these research impact matrices are being discussed and why they are gaining momentum? Because of this competitive advantage, because every institution is running in the race of having good recognition, running in the race of getting funding from international bodies. They would like to get A grades, and even funding bodies and international bodies are interested in giving projects and giving research projects only to those authors who have got impactful work in their area of research. Now, one of the limitation which is there in this bibliometric analysis is that because of the race of getting more citations, it raises some ethical questionable behavior among the researchers, scholars, and even among the educational institutions. So citation analysis is basically based on 2 things. It takes into account both the things, that is the number of publications produced by an individual school or university, as well as the number of times that publication is cited by other scholars or other universities. So it means that it takes into account the number of publications as well as the impact those publications have created in the academia world. So as I have been telling you that there are 2 universally accepted tools which are considered credible for measuring the impact of an author as well as for measuring the impact of a journal. Which are these credible tools? Both of them are citation-based credible tools, as I have already explained that if you would like to calculate, if you would like to analyze the quality and impact of scholarly and scientific literature. It has to be done on the basis of bibliometric analysis, and bibliometric analysis is basically based on citations. So these are the two databases, Web of Science and Scopus. These are the two databases which are citation-based databases. There is a hard publication also known as Journal Citation Reports, which is being published annually by Thomson Reuters. It covers about 11,000 journals from 2,500 publishers, and its coverage is across 80 countries. Then there is a free software also known as Publish or Perish. This software is being developed by Microsoft. It is also retrieving H-index of authors, but it is retrieving this H-index on the basis of the literature being indexed by Google Scholar. Over here, I would like to mention that the H-index retrieved by Google Scholar is not considered that reliable as compared to H-index retrieved by Web of Science and Scopus. Why I'm saying that? Because Web of Science and Scopus are retrieving the H-index on the basis of the literature index in these databases. However, in Google Scholar, the citations are being picked up even from social sites, even from books, Twitter handles, blogs. So those the H-index retrieved from this free platform Google Scholar is not considered that reliable. So whenever you are quoting H-index of any author, or if you are quoting your H-index, it is always advisable to quote from which database you are retrieving that H-index. So these databases are automatically creating H-index of authors, and they are automatically creating impact factor, generating impact factor of the journal in a particular field of study. How they are doing that? They are doing that by keeping track of citations based on the literature being indexed in these databases. So it is quite possible that H-index retrieved from Web of Science may slightly differ from H-index retrieved from Scopus because of the difference in their content coverage and the timeline. Then what is the new research narrative? All of us are looking to publish our work in peer-reviewed literature. All of us are worried about citations, number of citations our work can attract, and how many times our work has been cited by others. We are so conscious about the awards, prestige, and attention in broadcast media income. Our institutions are seriously concerned about the income we are generating for the institution through inviting projects onto getting projects and grants. And then finally, if we are quite influential, prominent in our field of study, then we'll get involved in public policy and commercial applications also. So these are the metrics which are being used. These are the index quantitative measures to measure the impact of an author, and as well as to measure the impact of a journal. So what is the quantitative measure to measure the impact of an author, which is widely being used? That is H-index. H-index was proposed by George Hirsch in 2005. And this index takes into account both productivity as well as the impact of that productivity. And let us go, though we don't have to calculate it manually, these citation-based databases will be automatically generating it, and we just have to extract the H-index of a particular author from these databases. But still, we need to understand the concept of H-index. So let us understand this concept of H-index with the help of a hypothetical example. See, over here, two authors are given. Author A has produced 9. Author A has produced 9 documents, and against each document, the number of times this document has been cited is given. Like, for instance, document number 1 has been cited 55 times. Similarly, document 2 has been cited 45 times. And when we are going towards 9, we are seeing there are at least 5 documents which are cited at least 5 times. It means where this number is coinciding, the number of publications and the number of citations. 5 is the common number where both the numbers are coinciding, number of publications and number of citations. Because the number of citations with respect to publication number 4 is more than 5, with respect to 3 is also more than 5, and similarly for publication number 2 and 1. Whereas in case of author number B, there are 4 publications, and against each publication, the author is receiving more than 4 citations. So in this case, the citation is So in this case, the H index is 4. So for instance, if an author has got 2 publications, one has got 50 citations and another one has got 100 citations, it does not mean that is highly influential, because H index would take into account the number of publications also. So in that case, the H index would be 2 only, because his number of publications are just 2. Then these bibliometric indicators have got their own limitations also. What are these limitations? These H index are not comparable interdisciplinarily. For instance, in natural sciences, life sciences, the pace at which research is taking place is much higher than the pace at which research is taking place in social sciences, arts and humanities. So the kind of literature being produced in sciences is quite huge as compared to the kind of literature being produced in social sciences, arts and humanities. And similarly, the citations which are being produced, it would have a direct impact on the citations also. When the pace of literature would be high, the citations would be high, and when the pace of literature would be low, the citations would be less. So you cannot compare a prominent author belonging to social science discipline to a prominent author in science stream, because it is quite obvious that the author belonging to science stream would be having a high H index because of the kind of literature, because of the volume of the literature, and accordingly the volume of the citations being created by the author belonging to that science discipline. And this impact factor, as I have already mentioned, both these citation-based databases, be it Web of Science or be it Scopus, they only take into account journal articles and conference papers. They are not including citations produced within the books, and they are not including citations which are there inside the patents or even the thesis. And it has got another limitation, that researchers who have got shorter duration of their research life, like youngsters who have recently joined research area, they won't be able to achieve that high H index as compared to those researchers who have got longer innings in their research work. So scientists with short scientific life cannot be compared with those scientists who have been working in scientific field for a longer period of time. This I have already mentioned, that there is a free tool being produced by Microsoft, which is also being used for retrieving H index of authors. But again, it is not advisable to quote H index retrieved from this free tool. It is always advisable to quote H index of any author, or to calculate H index, if you want to calculate your H index, on the basis of these credible citation-based databases. And these two citation-based databases, which are credible and are widely considered for evaluating the impact of an author or for evaluating the impact of a journal, are Web of Science and Scopus. And I've already mentioned that NAC is also considering Scopus for evaluating the work of an institution or an author. Now we'll quickly learn about impact factor, theoretical impact. I'll try, I know I am rushing. The reason for rushing is that I would like to move to practical part. I would like to show you how Scopus is working, and I would like to make you learn how to make most out of Scopus. That is why I'm rushing with the theoretical part, because I know being researchers, all of you are quite familiarized with these concepts. Now let us come with journal impact factor. Journal impact factor is an indicator which denotes how influential a journal is in a particular field of study. So how we will be calculating it? Like impact factor, I have shown it through with the help of a hypothetical example. It is being calculated by dividing the average number of articles published, by dividing the average number of citations. Sorry, it is sorry. Journal impact factor is being calculated by dividing the total number of citations received against the total publications published in the preceding 2 years by the total number of articles published in those 2 years. Let me just explain you with the help of this hypothetical example. Like the total number of articles which are being published in a journal in the years 2008 and 9 are 200. And out of these 200, 100 citations have been cited. So we'll be dividing 100 by 200. 100 citations are being produced from these 200 articles. So we'll be dividing 100 by 200 and the answer is 0.50. And this is the impact factor of that journal. Again, this is not comparable across disciplines because disciplines vary. In mathematics, engineering, social sciences, the pace at which research takes place is not that fast as compared to the pace at which the research takes place in sciences, life sciences, engineering, research-oriented subjects. So it is not, again, it is not comparable across disciplines, and all citing references are weighted equally, which is also a limitation kind of thing. That is why Scopus has come up with a source normalized impact factor, where it has further fine-tuned the impact factor concept and calculated the impact factor of a journal on the basis of weighted citations, weightage of citations. Now, finally, we have come to the theoretical part of the, concluding part of theoretical presentation, that there are many smart ways and tips to enhance your visibility and to enhance the impact of your own work. So for this, I'll go slowly because I am feeling that I am running. So first of all, as we all know that in this realm of social networking, we are creating our profiles on different forums. Like we have got our Facebook account, we have got our LinkedIn account for professional networking. In the same way, there are some research networks where we should create our profiles. And these research networks are academia and ResearchGate. Academia is by Microsoft and ResearchGate is by Google. So we should create a research profile over there. And one more tip which I would like to share is that always be consistent with your name. Like my name is Dr. Pooja Anand Gulati. If I'll write an article and quote my name over there as Dr. Pooja A. Gulati, and in another article I'll write Dr. Pooja Anand Gulati, then the systems would recognize me as two different persons. So it always remain consistent with your name so as to enable softwares to recognize you as a single person. Thirdly, there is a unique identifier code which is known as ORCID, Open Researcher Contributor ID. You can freely create your ORCID number which will uniquely identify you as a researcher, and even some of the publishers are asking you to submit your article by providing your ORCID number. That ORCID number is a unique number and it would remove all kinds of ambiguities whenever you are publishing your work. Then there are different forums where you can submit your work openly for its open access. There are repositories being compiled by many institutions where you can submit your work so that its visibility can be enhanced. Now, you can cite your own work. If you really feel that your work your present work is related to your past work, then self-citation is permissible. This again would enhance your citation count. And you should be very careful in choosing your keywords when you are writing your title and when you are writing keywords in your abstract, because these keywords would be extracting your publication from the databases. Consistency in name I have already mentioned. Then there are some sites where you can, whenever, like I am presenting this presentation, whenever you are giving some presentation in conference, seminars, symposiums, you should submit those slides on these forums like Figshare, SlideShare, so that you should become more visible. And these things I have already mentioned, that be visible on social network platforms like Facebook, Twitter, Academia, ResearchGate, Mendeley. What is Mendeley? Mendeley is a reference management tool, and we'll be covering it in this live demo of our Scopus. It is also being developed by Elsevier, and Scopus is also a product of as well. So it is a reference management tool which would let, and because of this reference management tool, you don't have to worry about building your bibliography or references at the end of your research work. This Mendeley would take care of it. You just choose which style you would like to choose, like American Psychological Association style, MLA style, Chicago style, and you just register yourself with Mendeley, select the documents, add them in the library of Mendeley, and whenever you want to create a bibliography, just select them. It would automatically get created. And if you would like to cite those documents within your text, they'll get cited as per the style chosen by you, be it APA, MLO, and Chicago, and they'll get cited over there. In fact, there are two inbuilt reference management tools which are there in Scopus, but Mendeley, I would advise you to use Mendeley, being it more user-friendly. Then you can promote your work through email, by writing blogs, by creating your own research profile. There are websites which let you create your research CV. So you can give your digital object identifiers of your publication on those research profiles. What are these digital object identifiers? They are just IDs. IDs in the sense that they are the hyperlink which would take you directly to take users directly to the place where the document is being published. And you can give your email ID in your research profile. So if somebody is looking for an article and it is not freely accessible, that person can email you and can ask you to share your article with him or her. So I have already shared this, that be visible, keep on updating your social networking platforms, be it LinkedIn, be it ResearchGate, Academia. And ORCID, I have already explained that it is an open research contributor ID. It is free to create. You please create it. And whenever you are publishing your content, use your name consistently and provide the ORCID name also. Then as I have already been explaining, that there are some websites which let you create your CV, research CV. So like this Impact Story is there, Figshare is there, then Kudos. Kudos is also a platform with the help of which you can create your research profile and can enhance the readership of your publications. Then Twitter is being used across all disciplines these days. So be active on Twitter and make your handle address very short. So this is, I think we are over with the theoretical part. Now let me share my Scopus home screen, so that let us perform the, let us get the feel of Scopus. Is my screen visible to all of you? Dr. Raman, could you please help me? Is my screen is visible to you?
Yes, it's visible.
Document search window has come up?
Yes, it is there.
Okay, thank you, sir. Okay, now we'll be having a live demo that how we'll be performing our search on this Scopus window. This is the home page of Scopus, and there are three ways to perform search. The first one is document search, another one is author search. This we'll be doing if we would like to see the impact of an author, or we would like to have a look at the author's profile. if you would like to retrieve H-index of a particular author, then we'll be going through this window. And this is affiliation. If you would like to know what kind of scholarly output is there by an institution, and what is the concentration of subject areas, in which subject areas most of the information is being published by this particular institution or university. Before performing any search, I would like to give you a few strategic search tips. They are very easy, but they would retrieve your results effectively. The first one is Boolean operators. We all know there are 3 Boolean operators: and, or, not. They are basically being used to expand, refine, and limit your result. For instance, I am looking for information on coronavirus, but I am looking for this information pertaining to India only. I don't want worldwide information. In that case, I need to incorporate and operator in between coronavirus and India. One thing which I would like to highlight over here is that always use these Boolean letters in caps. You have to write A and D, all the 3 words of the Boolean operator in caps. Otherwise, computer would recognize it as a connecting word and it would not recognize it as a Boolean operator. In the same way, OR operator is being used to retrieve synonyms of a single word. Like if you are looking for information on women empowerment, it is quite possible that woman may be termed as female. So you can write woman or female. Like in case of coronavirus, sometimes it is being called as COVID-19 and sometimes it's being called as coronavirus. So you may perform your search by writing coronavirus or COVID-19. Then what does this not Boolean operator is doing? Not Boolean operator is limiting, is refining your search, is asking the system not to retrieve related to these concepts. Like these days, many of the advisories, standard operating procedures, SOPs are coming related to coronavirus. If you would like to have information, but you want to exclude SOPs and these advisories related to coronavirus, then you should insert this not operator. And in Scopus model, you don't have to write, there's no need to write on your own these operators. If you want, you can write in the search window, but they are inbuilt. You can add them, and you can see from here that these Boolean operators, all the 3 Boolean operators, are already being given by Scopus for making your search strategy effective. And you can see from here that all of them are written in caps letter. It's the basic thing which you need to remember. You should write them in caps. Then only it would recognize them as Boolean operators. And there is no limit how many times you can use them. You can use them as often as you want to use them. You can insert these Boolean operators as many times as you want. So this is about Boolean operators. Then whenever you are searching a keyword which has got 2 words, you always enclose that keyword within quotes. Why I'm saying that you enclose that keyword within quotes? Because if you will not enclose that keyword within quotes, it would identify those words separately and would retrieve the documents related to both the words. And you would like to retrieve your result, you would like to focus your result exclusively on that phrase. For example, if I'm writing coronavirus without quotes, then it would retrieve documents related to other viruses also, like SARS virus and other viruses. But I want information focused exclusively on coronavirus, then in that case, I need to put my keyword within quotes. So this is a key point that you should always remember, that whenever you are writing any keyword which is comprising of 2 words, which is not a single word, like COVID-19, it is also a 2 word. 19 numeral is there and COVID word is there. So if you write without quotes, it might pick up documents where 19 numeral has come. So you always put them within quotes. And one last tip which I would like to give you before performing your search is that there are variable forms of a word. Like if you are looking for some information on education, it is a possibility that that education in that document which has got information on education, the word education is being used in variable forms like education, educated, educational. So in that case, you put an asterisk at towards the end of the word. After T, you will put an asterisk. So after T, if ION will come, then also computer will retrieve that documents. After T, if ED will come, educated. After T, if ING will come, then also computer will retrieve all the variable forms at that word. Now, with the help of these search techniques, we'll be performing our search, and we'll be seeing them live, how they are so they are so effective in retrieving precise results, relevant results. Like we are we are living in the era of pandemic coronavirus, and this coronavirus is hugely impacting the economies across the world. So let us see what all literature is being published on the impact of impact of coronavirus on economies. So how I'll be performing my search? I'll write COVID-19 within quotes, and then either I can write my AND operator over here, but it should be in caps, or I can add operators from here like AND, but I would like to use OR first. COVID-19 or coronavirus, one and the same thing, they are synonyms. Because in some documents, it is quite possible that in place of coronavirus, COVID-19 word is being used. I'll be enclosing it within quotes. And then I would like to see what impact coronavirus is having on economies. So what I'll be doing over here, I'll be using, over here, I'll be using asterisk mark, truncation symbol. What is this called in search terms? Truncation symbols. These are Boolean operators. This would take all the words which will be ending with, like it would take all the variable forms or spelling forms of the word economy. ECONOMY, ECONMIES, like that. And now I have used the Boolean operator OR and asterisk, and now I'll be using NOT also. Because as I've already mentioned, many guidelines, standard operating procedures related to coronavirus are being published these days. So I would like to exclude them. So advisory. Again, after R, I'll be putting an asterisk mark so that it should come up with it should exclude all the documents having different spellings, the variable forms of the root word advisory. So this asterisk mark is being used to retrieve or to limit the variable forms of a single word. Now let us perform this search. And one thing which I would like to mention, by default, it would always say search the document within article, title, abstract, and or keyword. You can change this option. You can make it as an author, first author, but it is always advisable because it is broadening your search. This article, it would be searching these keywords in your article, title, abstract, and keywords. So it is always advisable to perform your search like this only. So what I'm looking for information on coronavirus or COVID-19 and how this coronavirus is impacting economies across the world. Now, I've given the keywords, perform the search. And now this is the search result window. How many results have come? 415 results have come. Now we'll be sorting these results. We'll be filtering these results. We'll be further refining these results. We'll be viewing citation reports. We'll be analyzing these results. So we'll go one by one. First of all, let me just brief you. How does this search window look like? So this search window will give you summary of the document, like title of the document, authors of the document, when this document is being published, on from which sources document has been extracted. By default, this is being reproduced as per the date wise. The recent ones will come on the top, whereas by default it would come like this, because I have been using this so that is why I have kept it setting on by default, it would come like this. The recent ones which are being published recently will come on the top. But if you would like to sort them as per the citations, as per the number of citations, which are the documents receiving highest number of citations, then you sort them by citations, on the basis of number of citations. Then in this case, this document would come on the top, which is having 54 citations. Okay, and this document is being published in the very reputed journal Lancet, which is well-known journal in the field of medical sciences. Then the second document which is there is being cited 34 times, and it is also published in the year 2020 only in Journal of Medical Virology. So the now we have sorted it as per the number of citations. Now, if you would like to further refine your data, there is a window to refine, and there are various parameters on the basis of which you can refine your results further. Like the first window is saying what kind of documents are there. Out of this 415, whatever number is there, 286 are being accessed from open access resources and 129 from others. If you just want to have an access, so you can click over here and it will show you an overview that what kind of documents are being. You can limit your search to open access documents also. You can exclude them also, but at the moment, excuse me, we are not doing anything. We are just leaving it as it is. Excuse me. Then you can further refine your results as per the year. Over here, you can view all the years since when then if you know some prominent authors who are working in this field, you can filter those results as per the names of the authors. And these are the subject areas in which these 415 documents are falling into. So you can view all the subjects which are being under which these articles are being published, and you can further filter them as per your own choice under which subject you would like to study this concept. And then, as I have already mentioned, the categories of documents which are being indexed by these databases is majority of them are journal articles, followed by book reviews and other kinds of documents. So if you want to exclude them, like book chapters and conference papers, if you want to exclude them, you may exclude them. And then they are giving you the names of the sources from where these documents are being extracted. Like the majority of the documents which are being extracted are from a popular journal, Economic and Political Weekly, followed by Science of Total Environment, Lancet, International Journal of Environmental Research and Public Health, and likewise it is going. The number of resources are going up. You may exclude them, you may limit your search results. You just have to click them, and I'll be doing that. Then which universities are producing this information? This is also being given over here. Who is the funding sponsor? This is also given there. Which country is producing content? So out of this content, 99 articles are being produced by United States, followed by United Kingdom, India, China, Italy, and accordingly we can view more also. Then languages have come. Out of these documents, 400 are in English and others are in foreign languages, which are of no use to us because we are just familiar with English language. So let us exclude them. So we have excluded 14 foreign language documents. So out of 415 document results, now 401 are left. Accordingly, you can further refine and fine tune your results. Now we'll look. Now, if you want to select or to see citation report of any document, you need to select that particular document either by going at that documents from here, or you can select it from here. For example, I would like to select all the 401 documents, and I would like to see citation overview of these documents. When I'm saying that I would like to see citation overview of these documents, it would reveal the prevalent research trends in this field. And this Scopus database has one limitation, that if you would like to review citation trends, that it would be, you will be able to see citation trends of up to 2000 documents at a time. If your documents are more than 2000, then in that case, you need to submit your email ID and it would update you with the citation report over your email. So we have been seeing that from 2000, when this concept has created buzz. This concept has created buzz since 2019, when this pandemic has inception of this pandemic took place. So this concept has created buzz since 2019, and is the number of the literature is growing after 2019. Then all the documents are being listed over here by their title, the year of publications, and how many citations they have received against each year. It has also been displayed against the name of that document. You may export them, you may print them, and you may see H-graph of the entire set of documents from here. Now, I was mentioning that this is the summary of the document which is being presented: title, author, and source. From here also, you can go to author's profile and can view his H index. But we'll be doing that through author window, which we saw in that our Scopus main window. We'll be doing that from. And if you would see to the impact factor of this particular journal, you can click this hyperlink and go directly to the profile of this journal. Now, if I would like to analyze my results on the basis of 7 parameters which are being included in this database, then I need to select all of them, because the number is not that big, because this topic has recently started creating buzz. So let me select all of them and analyze my results. So these results are being analyzed on the basis of 7 parameters. Which are these 7 parameters? On the basis of the first parameter is year. Since when this topic has started creating buzz or has started gaining momentum. So as we have already covered it in our citation analysis report, that since 2019, the concept is gaining momentum. Then we may also see by the source of publications, which sources are contributing the most to this particular research, keyword search. So by default, it is showing 5 topmost journals which are contributing to this topic: Economic and Political Weekly, Science of the Total Environment, Lancet, International Journal of Environmental Research and Public Health, and International Journal of Advanced Science and Technology. You may compare 10 documents simultaneously. You will be able to compare 10 sources simultaneously with the help of this database. So when I'm clicking over here, it is showing that this is the journal, this is the source of information which is publishing most of the documents on the basis of the results retrieved by this tool. And it is also showing the impact factor of that particular journal. As I have already mentioned, Scopus has further fine-tuned the impact factor index, and it has devised 3 indexes. One is known as site score, other is known as SJR, and third one is known as source normalized impact factor. So all the scores are mentioned over here, that the impact factor of this journal in terms of these indexes is like this. Then it is showing that 8 documents are from this journal, and again they are giving the refined impact score of this particular journal. So we have analyzed our results on the basis of two parameters. We'll be having a look at all the remaining 5 parameters also, and we'll be seeing how we'll be able to export these results in the form of zip files. So now we would like to know which are the active researchers, who are the active researchers who are contributing the most in this research area. So these are the 10 authors. These are the 10 authors who are contributing maximum articles in on the topic of COVID-19 and its impact on economies. So these are the prominent and active authors working on this area. You may select the year range, like this concept has started booming around 2019. So you may date your range from 2019 to 20 if you want to. Then documents by affiliation. Source we have already seen, year we have already seen. Affiliation means which are the top universities who are producing content on this particular topic. That the first university which is publishing is University of Oxford, followed by London School of Hygiene and Tropical Medicine. And again, you can compare 10 universities at a time. And then after this, the 6th parameter is the kind of category of content. So it is quite evident the category of most of the content is in the form of journal articles, followed by reviews, letter, note. So you, from that refined window, you may further refine your documents and can limit your results up to journal articles results, and can exclude reviews, letters, notes, editorial, short survey, book chapter, and conference papers. That way you will be able to further reduce your results from 401 to 246. And this is the tab from where you can export this data. You'll be able to reproduce these charts, interactive charts, pie charts in your literature survey as it is. You just need to click on export. You go to the export the chart to a zip file. And see that information has been imported in various forms, like JPEG form. You'll be able to reproduce it in your literature survey. And finally, the 7th parameter on which you have you are able to analyze your research is by the funding sponsors. These are the funding agencies who are funding research for this particular topic. The first funding agency which is receiving topmost position in this chart is National Natural Science Foundation of China, followed by National Institute of Health, and likewise. So we have learned, let me go back to my search window. So what we have learned how to make an effective search by incorporating Boolean operators, by incorporating truncation, that is asterisk marks, and by enclosing our keywords within quotes, and then how we'll be sorting them, and how we'll be keeping the highest cited documents on the top, whereas by default they'll come by recent ones on the tops. Then we'll be sorting them as per the we'll bring the highly impactful on the top, and then we'll be further refining our results depending upon these parameters which are shown over here. And then we'll be able to view our citation overview the way we have exported our analysis. In the same way we can export our citation overview also. For performing all these things, we need to select those documents with which we would like to do this experimentation. In this case, I have selected all of them because the number is not that big. And then we did this also. and we did our citation analysis on the basis of 7 parameters. Now, I was mentioning about this Mendeley, which is an inbuilt reference management tool, which I was telling you, if you are doing your literature survey, you need to create your bibliography or your reference list at the end of the document. For that, you don't have to worry about the style in which you write. You just save your documents, whichever documents you would like to use as references or bibliography. You just save your documents in Mendeley library. They will the bibliography or reference list will be created automatically, and if you would like to cite some document out of this list, you just pick up that document, and the document will get cited as per the chosen style. As all of you know, there are many styles prevalent for writing bibliographies. They are MLA, APA, Chicago, so you may choose any one of them. But for doing that, you need to register yourself with Mendeley. Like if I would like to save all these results in Mendeley, I have downloaded online version of Mendeley, and this is the icon which is it is showing. So I have selected all of them. I'll be saving all of them to Mendeley. Scopus has got 2 inbuilt reference management tools. RefWorks is also there, but again, it is advisable to use Mendeley only, because you can incorporate this Mendeley in your Word file also. For that, you need to download the desktop version of Mendeley. I have downloaded web option of Mendeley. You need to download desktop version of Mendeley, and it is free. And once you will download it, whenever you are retrieving information from Scopus, your data will get exported in your Mendeley library. See, it is saying over here, the data for the 401 documents you selected have been exported to your library. Now, what does this tab would do? These 415 documents have also got citations. So wherever these 415 documents have been cited, so 459 documents are there which have cited these 401 documents. So you have got a related list. Those are the 400 documents exclusively on COVID-19 and the impact of COVID-19 on economies. But those documents have also been written by referring to some other documents. So this is these are the further references of those documents which are being referred while writing those 401 documents. So if you must be knowing the difference between references and bibliography. Let me just brief you. References is the list of those works which you have referred to while writing your article. So you need, whichever references you are citing within the text, you are producing them at the end of your document. They are references. But if you are giving a bibliography, that means you are giving a list of all the related topics on that concerned topic, irrespective of the fact whether you have consulted those documents or not. So bibliography is a wider concept. It would bring together all the related documents, irrespective of the fact whether you have referred to all of them or not. So if you would like to make a bibliography, you may refer to these documents from where we have retrieved this view cited by. Then we'll go back. Again, we'll be selecting all of them. The moment we'll select all of them, all these options will get enabled. If we'll not select them, they'll get disabled. So again, we'll select all of them. Over here, more menu items are there. Let us see what is there. Like if I would like to see references, now what is there? These 401 documents have got 8,938 references. It means every document must be carrying some number of citations. So for instance, if a single document is carrying 25 citations, so 401 into 25, that much citations are there in, that much references are there in for these 401 documents. So, sorry. Sorry, my screen. I'm sorry, I lost my screen. Let me just get back to my screen. Just give me a moment, please. My sincere apologies for losing this connect. Let me just, again, I'm logging into Delhi University remote access. Please give me a moment. I'm sorry for this disruption. Suddenly I lost my screen.
Yeah, may I request Pooja ma'am?
Yes, yes.
Can we start winding up the session as well?
Yes, I'm about to finish. I'm about to finish.
Thank you.
I hope my screen is visible now. I hope my screen is visible now.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So I'm almost done with all the features of this core features and functionalities of this Scooper database. Now we'll quickly run with author search. Like if I'm looking for what is the impact factor of our former Deepak Pantel, then I'll write Pantel, his last name over here and first name over here, Deepak. So now it is saying he is having H index 28 and 99 documents are being published by him. You may browse all of them and can also download the H index chart of that particular author. Whenever you are performing a search through document search, you are getting these details. You can directly switch over to author's profile from this point also, this access point also. So in total, 99 documents have been pursued by our former Vice Chancellor Deepak Pantel and his H index is 28. So this is the way we can evaluate or can extract H index from this database. And like lastly, I would like to show this affiliation also. Like if I would like to see what is the scholarly output of University of Delhi, and then I would like to see what is the subject concentration, which are the subjects in which the university is contributing the most. So see, University of Delhi till now has produced 49,384 documents. This is the hyperlink. If you'll click it, you'll be able to access all these documents. Then out of these 49, 35 have got affiliation of University of Delhi, and these 49,000 documents have been produced by 7,763 authors. And this is the pie chart explaining the subject concentration. The majority of them are being published in the area of physics and astronomy. So likewise, all of them these are hyperlinks, and this again is exportable. So almost I have covered all the things: documents, how to perform a document search, how we'll be viewing citation report, how we'll be analyzing our result, authors, affiliations. I have given you very simple examples like our own institution. You may search your Shaheed Bhagat Singh College also. Shaheed Bhagat Singh College, University of Delhi. See how many documents are being produced by our college. This is the affiliation ID of our college. 79 documents are there which are being produced by University of Delhi by 37 authors. And the subject concentration of these subjects are given over here. For example, in arts and humanities, 3 documents are there. Because we are short of time, let me just go through them quickly. So now we'll sort them as per the number of citations, citation by highest. So we are saying that this is the document by one of our faculty members, Nilanjana Mukherjee in English department, and this document has been cited thrice. And the second document is by our English lecturer KB Viopro, and this document has been cited 1. And the third document is from one of our faculty members in Department of Political Science, Ms. Simple Mohanty, whereas this document has not received any citation because of the fact that this document is a book chapter and it is not a journal article. So likewise, you may have a look at the scholarly output of an institution. And then towards the end, I would also like to highlight also like to highlight, if you are searching a topic and you would like to set alerts, that the database should inform you that what current things have been added have been indexed in this database. You will be able to do that, but for that you need to sign in for Scopus individually. Once you will be doing that, you will be able to set alerts. And this would again, if you will be signing on all these platforms individually, it would again enhance your visibility across the boards and it would enhance the impact of your work. So sign in individually, set up alerts, and this is the help menu from where you can further explore how to make best out of Scopus. And then here are some list, whatever you are saving. If I am selecting all and saving this, then it would say for saving or for selecting, it would always ask me, have you signed into it individually? I have already signed up, so it would let me do that. Let me go back. I'm sure this is a very simple thing. You'll be able to do that. And then there are compare sources. What you'll be doing with the help of this tab. As you know, there are different journals contributing literature in a particular subject field. If you want to know what are the which are the journals which are publishing the most in that particular subject areas, in short, if you would like to know which are the impactful journals in that field, you just need to enter the title of that source, and you may be able to compare that title with other titles of the journals. So with this, I would like to conclude, and I would like to open the forum for observations, comments, or queries, if any. And I once again apologize for rushing up the things so fastly, because I really wanted to share maximum things with you people, and I hope I have been able to do justice with it. Now, Aarti, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity, and if you'll give me an opportunity again, I would like to talk on plagiarism and plagiarism detection tool Turnitin. With this, I hand over the session to my dear friend Aarti.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for that insightful and enlightening session. I'm sure no one would return empty-handed after that session. Now I would like to request Dr. Ruchi Gupta, our session moderator, to kindly begin with the question and answer session. I would like to request all the participants to stay in the session so that we can begin with our queries.
Yeah, thank you, Pooja, so much for that comprehensive discussion on how to use Scopus citation analysis tool. And I hope the participants have really benefited from the same. And there are a lot of queries that I can see in the chat box, but I think keeping in mind the time constraint, we'll be able to take up only a few. So there is a query by Supreet Kaur. And the question is that please explain the difference between H index, G index and I-10 index. And also, how can we check the H index of authors as sometimes similar names are indexed together on the database? Yes, Pooja.
Yes. See, various alternatives are there to measure the impact of a journal's work. Like you are mentioning I-10. I-10 is an index being created by Google Scholar. So this index can also be used, but again, it is not advisable to quote this index whenever you are writing your CV, or whenever you are applying for any research grant, or whenever you are applying for your career advancement scheme. It is because I have been mentioning it again and again, the only credible and widely acceptable denotable index which is considered reliable for evaluating the work of an author is H index. These are other alternatives parallel to H index which you are mentioning, like I-10, but as I had mentioned in my presentation, that they are also taking up the appearance of your names on different social platforms, so they are not that reliable and dependable. So it is always advisable to use H index retrieved through these two databases only. And as you are asking, if the search result is retrieving a document having multiple documents, then how to find out the H index of a particular author? That is very simple. You just click on the names of the authors. You will see the author's profile of the principal author, and then you will be finding the names of accompanying authors also. And when you'll click their names, you'll find out their profile along with their H index. I hope I'm able to answer it.
There is another interesting question by Yogesh Garg. As per UGC, we should publish papers in free journals, but most of the journals in Scopus ask for article processing fee. So is it a good idea to publish over there?
No, not at all. Actually, that is why this tool is so important. This is an impact discovery tool. You need to find out which are the prominent journals which are publishing content on the on your area of research, and those whichever prominent journals are there, they are usually not asking for any money to publish your articles. So and as I have already mentioned, NAC is also taking into account Scopus only for evaluating an author's scholarly output or for evaluating an institution's scholarly output. So it is not at all advisable to publish your work in price-based journals. It is always advisable to get them published in reputed journals which are publishing on the basis of your work, and they have got proper reviewers on their editorial board. They'll review their work and accordingly they'll get them published without taking any subscription fee.
So Mr. Avinash has a question. What are the subscription charges for Scopus?
See, we don't have to pay anything. Being in Delhi University, we are subscribing to it through Central Library. So we are no college across university is subscribing it individually. It's a centralized subscription, and in total, a huge number of databases are being subscribed by central libraries, and they are amounting around 2 crores per annum. So it must be very expensive. Both of these databases, Web of Science, the entire database cost is 2 crores. Scopus and Web of Science are one of them. So we don't have to subscribe them individually or at college level.
Dr. Sunita Gupta has a question. How to remotely access DU Scopus database on our own without college assistance?
During this lockdown, we have been given this facility. you must have got an email from Central Library. You just need to go to that website, register yourself with that website. You will be receiving an login ID and password, and with the help of that login ID and password, the way I have accessed it, you will also be able to access it, remote access. But I think this facility is there till the lockdown is there. After lockdown, it would again become IP enabled only. You will be able to access it from college premises only.
There is a question by Mr. Karan that how Scopus better than Google Scholar?
This I have already mentioned many times, that Google Scholar is indexing all the content spread across all the social forums, which is not considered that reliable. However, the Scopus is indexing all those journals which are peer reviewed. So the journals which are being indexed by Scopus and Web of Science databases, they are of high quality, and they are peer reviewed journals. So that is why the indexes and the impact, measurement of impact on the basis of these databases is considered highly reliable as compared to these open forums.
Again, Mr. Karan has a question. Does Scopus has journals and research papers related to international finance?
Yes, yes. There are many. If you would like to see how many journals are there related to your area of subject, you just need to go to that compare sources window. You write the name of the journal over there, or you just write keyword as a subject in the document search, all the sources which are there, and select the window source one. Then you'll be able to find what all journals are there on your subject area. I hope I am able.
There's a question by Miss.
Yes.
There's a question by Miss Deepika Swami. Can we download all the papers selected from the search at once in a zip folder?
Yes, you'll be able to download all of them. You'll be able to add them into your library. But as I was mentioning, there is a limit in Scopus, whereas this limit is not there in Web of Science. Limit is still 2000, up to 2000.
There is a question by Dr. Rashmi Anand. Do we need to create different ORCID ID for different journals?
No, 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 no. ORCID ID is your unique identifier code, which is a unique number being assigned to a researcher, and this number is being used across the journals, across the publishers. Once you generate this number cannot be provided or created by anybody else. That is your unique number, and it would remain with you throughout your research career. Yes.
So I think the same questions, there are some people who are asking again, are we able to actually access the Scopus journals from our home? I think you've already answered that. And thank you so much. You've been able to answer all the queries also of the participants. So thank you so much, Pooja. I think I'll now request Aarti to take over.
Thank you, Pooja ma'am and Ruchi ma'am for that question and answer session. I would now like to invite Ms. Aarti Sani, convener, Commerce Association, to present the vote of thanks.
Thank you so much, Pooja and everyone. Respected Principal Sir, Dr. Anil Sadana, who is the motivator. Teacher in charge, Dr. Kalpana Gupta, who makes sure to always stand with us. Session speaker, Dr. Pooja Anand Gulati, who's definitely the show stealer. Then session moderator, Dr. Ruchi Gupta, who managed all the queries well. Dr. Raman, our session coordinator. Dear colleague from SBSC and University of Delhi, and my dear students of Commerce Association, who is the backbone of Commerce Association. I, Aarti Sani, on behalf of Commerce Association, Shaheed Bhagat Singh College, would like to thank you all for attending the webinar and motivating us with your presence. I hope the webinar has served its purpose, and I'm sure many of you still want to get more deeper in the research process. I personally feel that research is a vital part of a university professor's life, and it's our moral duty to perform research along with teaching. I'm sure many of us did not know about the use of resources available to us from university, and also have feeling that after today's session, that we may accelerate the research process. My best wishes to all the participants. We soon will be sharing our feedback form. Please feel free to give your suggestions. And I'm sure we might be having another session with Pooja ma'am. Thank you so much for your patience listening, and uh, thank you for your precious time. Thank you all.
Thank you, Aarti ma'am. Before we end the session, I request everyone to write their name and email address in the chat box and then leave the chat room.
So we are formally closing this session with request Dr. Anil Sardana to give us permission to close the session. Thank you, sir.
No, you are most welcome. I'm very happy. Congratulations to all of you. Very good teamwork and excellent webinar, good presentation, moderation, as well as content-wise. I will only advise that there are at least 40-50 people who could not attend this webinar because the limit is 100. I could see that in the message box, in the phone actually, the group which you have created. So, Department of Geography, the same thing can be done again, or there are some teachers who want to know more about this. So you can coordinate with them, and Dr. Pooja Anand can be requested to give one more webinar because the subject is so vast. You may not understand it fully in one webinar. So she can simplify it more, and she can add more slides to be more self-explanatory. The topic is really the need of the hour, and everybody is chasing to know about Scopus as well as listing. So this is a very good topic you have chosen, and the very right person also you have chosen. So let there be, this partnership should continue within the 4-5 of you, and go ahead. My support is always there. Thanks to all the participants whoever come from different colleges. Thanks to the student leaders also who have of the Commerce Association, who have done a very good work. Keep doing good work. Whatever support is needed from college, I'm always there. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. I would also like to share my email ID. If any queries are there, I'll be happy to answer them over email. My email ID is pujagulati, pujagulati33@gmail.com. And Aarti, please feel to ask me to hold another webinar. I'll be happy to do that.
Sure, Pooja. Can you share your email ID in the chat box so that everyone can
Yes,
see?
yes. I'm writing it. And next time, I would like to request you to be liberal with the timings, because you really want good amount of time to explain everything.
Sure.
Yes, I have given my email ID.
So next webinars by the Commerce Association, or rather by the Commerce Department, should be initiated by other good speakers who are already here. We'll start with that, and everything will fall in line. Dr. Ruchi can do, Dr. Shalini Gupta, Nupur, Arunatri, Anil, you all are experts in your own subjects. Aarti, so do it. Students will remember you for the rest of their life because whatever they learn and they remember. Try. My support is always there, and you will also rediscover yourself and become a better teacher and better person. On this note, I think I should not leave. All the best to you. Enjoy your day, and all the best. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.